Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Centroverts, the show that would embrace winning a Razzie. I'm your host, Mondo, and with me is...
Tabitha.
Good afternoon, Centroverts. Well, today is Sunday, July 18th.
It's June 18th.
June 18th. We're going back to the future, Marty. It's Sunday, June 18th, and by the time this episode airs, we will officially be parents.
Hopefully.
Oh, hopefully, I think.
Well, we will be in the process.
Yeah.
In the final process.
At the very least, well, I don't know. Well, at the very least, this episode will be posted around the time.
Yes.
Of our child birthed.
Of our child being birthed.
Our child being birthed, yeah. But you know, so we will actually be out of commission for a couple of weeks. However, we're trying to get together some backlog episodes so we can still post some stuff. They'll be a little outdated, but I mean, at least you get some Centrovert stuff. I was trying to think of something really witty to say, but that didn't work out very well.
It usually doesn't.
I'm not good enough.
No, honey, you're very witty.
Thank you. So, like I said, last week's episode, which I thought went really well. Hopefully, you guys dug it. We had our first official guest, Tracy King. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed having her on.
Yes.
We got more guests that we want to have on, people that have worked in the industry on some big movies. So we definitely want to keep that going. But we are going to slow down a little bit because once we got a newborn, we got to divide a lot of attention to that. And then hopefully we'll get a little back on topic. We'll have some guest co-hosts. We'll have some special guests on the show. But in the meantime, we're going to backlog and maybe go on radio silence for just a couple of weeks. But for the most part, we'll still be here, together, united, alone,
by ourselves,
in our own home.
That's right.
Centroverts. But yeah, and as I mentioned before, so we're trying to start to maybe do like a monthly post with all the new releases coming out. That way, we don't suck up so much time. I mean, there are things we'll still give honorable mentions to. Like right now, I want to talk about something we watched last night.
Oh, yes.
Streaming on Amazon Prime. I'm talking about The Black Coat's Daughter.
Absolutely worth a watch.
Oh, man, that was freaky. That's a trippy movie. And before I start, you know, I don't want to give too much away because you definitely want to go to the movie as blind as possible.
Yeah, I agree.
The trailer's very vague, too. So, but I got to say, one, this is not the kind of horror movie that... It's a horror movie. But it's not the kind of horror movie that everyone will be into. It's not...
It's very much a slow burn.
Yeah, it's very psychological. Now, here's the thing. A24 is the distributor or production company. A24 put out The Witch, Green Room, another great movie we saw last week, It Comes at Night.
Yes.
This one...
Moonlight for non-horror
Moonlight,
fans,
yeah. So they do these really great artsy independent movies. And when they do their horror films, they're very moody. They're very slow burn. They're very intense.
Yeah, I appreciate a company like them giving smaller movies like that a chance to, you know what I mean, to flourish.
And I'll be honest, man, like it takes a lot to really freak me out. I was squirming a good chunk of that movie last night.
You normally don't get that freaked out at these, but you were like, oh no.
Basically, in a nutshell, it's a Satan worship movie, and Satan worship movies scare the fuck out of me because, I don't know, I'm not talking about not necessarily exorcism films, but just movies about devil worship make me very uncomfortable and freak me out. Like Lords of Salem, for example.
It's a setup that you probably have seen before. It's a private school. Everyone goes home for break except for a couple of students. So you're pretty much in this huge school by yourself.
Yeah.
So I've seen that setup before, but it's really well done here. There's no jump scares. It has enough faith in its story and its direction and its actors to deliver the scares without doing, cheap, cat.
They did something with the sound effect where the doors open very loudly and close very loudly. So it's like, why? And
it does explain everything. For a while I was afraid it was going to be one of those super ambiguous movies.
Like it ends like it's so very open-ended.
Right, because we only had like 30 minutes left at one point and I'm still like, what?
Yeah.
I was enjoying it, but I was not clear on what exactly was happening.
It's really good. It's very atmospheric and creepy. So definitely, if you got Amazon Prime, check it out. Or even if you just want to rent it on something, or I don't think it's on Redbox, but just want to order it on demand or something, definitely worth a watch, man. Pick it up. Brian Bertino, the writer-director of The Strangers, produced this film. This movie was written and directed by Ozzy Perkins, who is
Anthony Perkins' son.
Perkins' son, yeah.
Yes, and this is his directorial debut.
Yeah, man, so, fuck yeah. More power to you, sir.
Yeah, and I want to give a special shout out to one of the actresses, I am probably pronouncing this wrong, Kiernan Shipka, who played Sally Draper on Mad Men.
John Draper's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was fantastic here. She had great facial expressions.
She's creepy.
She did such good work here. I was really impressed, so... Just, not that she'll ever see this, but if she does, no, I'm a fan.
Maybe she will, man. Maybe she'll like, hey, the Cintroverts, we're talking about you. The who?
Right.
The who we're talking about?
The whom?
The who? Whom? Who are you? Highly want to recommend that. After we recorded, because it was last Monday was Memorial Day, wasn't it?
No, that was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
We recorded Saturday night.
When did we go see...
It comes at night. We saw it Sunday.
Oh, okay, you're right. Sorry. God, I'm getting forgetful.
It's okay.
My Alzheimer's is kicking in.
It's been a long week.
Yeah. Yeah, so we saw, I want to talk about this briefly. Now, this is in theaters. I'm positive this will be hitting demand soon, or probably even Blu-ray in the next few months. It Comes at Night. Good fucking movie.
Very polarizing.
It is not a jump scare movie. And this is what we're talking about. Very slow burn, very moody. It's very psychological.
Yeah, not for everyone.
A24, man. If you dug The Witch, you'll dig this. Very different from The Witch. I'm not trying to compare it in terms of like the supernatural aspect and all that stuff, but it's just like in terms of tone and mood and rawness and slow burn and just grounded. That's what it is. And it's good. It's very well made.
Bleak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to go and take a shower and watch a comedy.
Me too. I'm like, let's watch something really light. People are complaining about the misleading marketing for it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was necessarily misleading, because every trailer I saw, I'm like, well, I still don't know what it's about, so I can't say I felt lied to necessarily.
And I guess all the posters were like, the dog barking at the dark woods. It's like something's out there. And, I mean, there is, but not what you think. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't want to give anything away.
Right.
But, like I said, if you're a fan of the A24 films, like Under the Skin, or is it In the Skin? Or that Scarlett Johansson movie, The Witch, Green Room. Like, if you dig these kinds of films, you'll dig this movie, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like...
The cast is great,
like we're really getting somewhere with horror films lately.
Yeah, like, the independent market.
Yeah.
The independent market is killing it.
Like,
no pun intended.
even just a few years ago, you'd get like one or two good ones a year, but now I'm like, I don't know, I think we're getting more and more quality horror films coming out.
Yeah, independently, yes, we definitely are, and I'm so fucking proud to be a fan.
Yeah.
I've never been ashamed of being a horror fan. It's just when you tell people you're a horror fan, it's like, oh, yeah, you like gratuitous violence and stuff. I mean, that stuff's fun, but I'm not huge on gore. I'm only big on gore if it's like silly, Evil Dead-ish, or
if it's so over the top, it's meant to be.
Yeah, if it's over the top, more gore, fine. Or a war movie, it's kind of necessary for realism. I get that. But for my horror, I like it psychological, I like it moody. I like the stuff that scares me. This movie rattled my cage a little bit. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. It Comes at Night was just really intense.
It really plays on paranoia.
Yes, and I love that. So I'm all about the psychological stuff, man. So anyway, definitely go see that. So we just want more time to talk about our topic, which is why we kind of want to just start putting all the release stuff and what we watched this week. I mean, obviously we just talked about some stuff we watched, but we're not going to go over everything. We're not going to go over everything, every single thing. So, but we wanted to let you know that you, the listeners, all 5 of you, your voices have been heard. So our topic this week, we want to talk about, since we are expecting a son, I thought, let's talk about kid movies. Let's talk about kid flicks.
Yes.
Let's talk about movies about kids starring kids. What were your favorites? And I asked on Facebook, and you responded. And I'm going to go over a bunch of the movies that were listed. We're just going to briefly run over them. But I'm actually we're really going to talk about a few of them in particular.
Yeah.
But these are the honorable mentions I want to talk about. Mighty Ducks.
I enjoyed Mighty Ducks a lot as a child.
Quack. Yeah, Mighty Ducks, man. It's like basically an underdog sports movie like Bad News Bears. Awesome. Love Mighty Ducks.
Starring baby Joshua Jackson.
Yeah. The Witches. Now, you've never seen The Witches.
I have not.
Okay, so The Witches, if you haven't seen it and you're listening to this, definitely watch it. But most of us, if you're my age, like somewhere like in your 30s, you most likely have seen it. Stars Anjelica Huston as the Grand Witch, the old Grand Witch. And it's about this little boy and his grandmother. They go to this hotel, and while there's this hotel, there's this old lady convention, and there's it's a witch convention, pretty much. But no one knows they're witches. Anjelica Huston's like the Grand Witch, so she's like old, giant nose, warts, and all demonic looking. And all the women, like, they take off their shoes because apparently their feet are square or something, which is a telltale sign you're a witch. So they take their shoes off, and it's all released, and they pull their wigs off, and they're like got boils on their heads, they're all bald, and you know, whatever. Anyway, a little boy comes across them, sees everything. They capture him, and they turn him into a mouse.
As you do.
So, and it's like a little cute animatronic mouse who can talk. Talks to her, like, Grandma, I'm right here. The Grand Witch did this to me. So, like now we must stop the witches. It's a fun movie, man. It's really cool. So definitely check out that if you haven't seen it yet, but it's a cult classic for everyone else. The Explorers was mentioned a few times on the posts.
You weren't even sure what that was.
I've never seen The Explorers. I know I've seen the poster because I looked it up. I've never seen the movie.
I've never seen it, but I'd heard of it before,
Yeah.
and I knew it had a lot of fans.
Apparently, I'm missing something because it's got, young, sexy Ethan Hawke.
Oh, okay, underage Ethan Hawke, that's nasty.
I'm not. Oh my God, calm down. And then the
sexy Ethan Hawke wouldn't come along till a few years later.
Sexy Ethan Hawke. Well, I was like, he's a good-looking dude when he was younger. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he was, but not that young.
I don't know how old he was. It was something like 19-year-olds playing like 15-year-olds.
He was 15.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I regret nothing. But yeah, so apparently that movie's really loved, so I definitely kind of want to watch it now. Mm-hmm. Because people keep, talking about it, and it kept getting posted. I'm like, what is The Explorers? And I've seen the poster. I've never seen the movie. Knew nothing about the movie, really. So I missed that one, so I apologize.
As do I. I missed it too.
Monster Squad.
Oh yeah, Monster Squad.
Big response on that one. Wolf's got nards.
Kick him in the nards.
Yeah, it's a fun fucking movie, man.
Oh yeah.
Fred Decker for life. That's a cool movie.
Yeah, I like Monster Squad.
Now, the very first post by industry working effects artist Julie Hapney, she said, "Does it count?" Well, it does count, I think. It is starring kids, about kids. So, I mean, half of it is anyway.
Yeah.
We are not going to talk too much about that right now because we are saving that for when the new movie comes out.
Yeah, we want to talk about it all together.
We want to talk about both all together. So
there's a lot to say about it.
Yeah, there is. And, both parts to it. And then the book, because I've never read the book, and I definitely want to try to see if I can squeeze reading it in, or at least half the book.
Oh, the book is so daunting. It's so long.
Yeah, so
there's so much mythology he put into it and backstory for this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full episode on it, so we won't get into that right now. But yeah, it does count, and it is cool. E.T.
Oh, of course, E.T.
Elliot. It's nothing like that, Peanut's breath.
Elliot. I remember the first time I went on the ride at Universal.
You're such a Cinna Supremus.
And how tripped out I was when he says your name when you pass by.
Oh, yeah. So he could never fucking say my name right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're watching. What do you call it? The thing on the ride, and they're like, "Oh, E.T. will say your name," so he gives me your card and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, what's your name?" Mondo. Okay, and they type it. I'm sure they put Mondo.
Right.
Like everyone else, how everyone else spells it. So when we came around the corner, he's like, Mondo, or something like that. I'm like, bye. I'm like, what the fuck did he say? He didn't say my name. I want my money back. He didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I was like 6, and I just. Marsha, Mike, Tabitha, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that was really neat. It was a cool effect, but it couldn't see my. It wasn't made for ethnic names.
Oh.
So I'm just glad my name wasn't Juanito or some shit like that.
Well, next time we go, just be like, "My name is
Bob." Yeah, Bob.
Bob.
I love the Bobs. Stand By Me.
I love Stand By Me.
Darling, darling, stand by me was Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah, that's the big takeaway was
Fuck
Kiefer
yeah.
Sutherland.
Yeah. It sucks that, River Phoenix, for the short time he was with us, had a really great, filmography.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
He had some awesome films. It just
In The
sucks.
Explorers as well.
Yeah. That's why kind of the reason I say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He had a really great filmography, and it just kind of sucks that, he went out before his time,
Mm-hmm.
Sucks. But, I skipped over something. Oh, okay, so before we get to the one I kind of want to talk about, before we really jump into the topic, 2 movies that were mentioned. Well, actually, one wasn't mentioned, but I'm just going to bring it up. So I am apparently, if you know me well, you're fucking smiling right now. You are so excited about this.
I'm so happy.
I'm gonna lose 4 to 5 listeners right now. We're losing our audience right now because I'm gonna say the most unpopular opinion.
I can't judge. I haven't seen either of them.
Okay. Well, I am not a fan. I'm sorry. Fantasy is not a thing with me, really. I'm sorry. I'm not into Harry Potter. I'm not into World of Warcraft. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I kind of dig Lord of the Rings as films for the most part, but I'm not diehard about them.
I was when they came out.
I'm not really into fantasy so much, with the exception of Princess Bride, which is another kid movie, by the way, that was recommended on their list. But I am not a fan of Labyrinth or Dark Crystal. Sorry, there it is. I said it. I'm sorry. You know what? Fuck you. Not sorry. Just not my thing, man. I mean, look, I'm all about the Muppets. I'm all about Jim Henson. I'm a Muppet fan, but I just couldn't do Dark Crystal. It was boring as fuck to me. The only thing I got any kind of enjoyment out of was, That's the only thing I found, I chuckled at. But otherwise, I'm sorry. Not my thing. If it's your thing, cool. More power to you. I'm glad you enjoy it. Me, not my. You're so fucking happy right now.
No, because and this is a good quality to have.
Uh-huh.
Any movie you see, you will find something good to say about it.
And I just did about Dark Crystal. I'm like, there's one good thing.
You did, but you will find some excuse. Well, this was okay. This was good. This worked.
Yeah.
So when I heard you say that you just unabashedly do not like these movies, I'm like, wow. He never does that. He'll find something good to say about every movie.
But I just don't get the big thing with Dark Crystal. Labyrinth, okay, it's got David Bowie. It's got, Jennifer Connelly. Cool. Other than that, I'm just not interested, man.
I'm not interested in watching them because I'm actually not much for the Muppets.
No.
I watched Sesame Street when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did too.
I like Muppets Christmas Carol, but other than that, I
Rock.
I have really never cared for the Muppets. They're just not that interesting to me. So those 2 movies,
you're just wrong. So it's fine.
Excuse me.
But stop trying to make fetch happen.
So yeah, those 2 movies, I'm like, I don't really think I.
But those were mentioned. I'm sorry. I know we lost. I know only one person's listening now.
You made everyone else cry?
Everyone else is like, fuck Mondo. Fuck this. Fuck Cineverse. Fuck that show. Go outside, bitches. So I'm sorry, but it's not for me. It's not for me. And you know what? I don't discriminate if it is for you. So, because I know a lot of people that like it. And cool. That's their thing. Just not for me. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, that's that. Last movie I want to bring up. I mean, there are a billion of these. We can talk forever about Blank Check or Rookie of the Year or The Big Green or billions of other.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies was mentioned,
I know,
actually.
That's hilarious.
I was going to bring that up. Lord of the Flies, we're really going to talk about killing Piggy?
Oh, poor Piggy.
I want to talk about, real quick before we dive into our actual list, I want to talk about Three Ninjas. Three Ninjas is fucking awesome.
I was probably 6 or 7 last time I saw it. I can't comment much on it.
I actually just watched it right this morning, right before we started recording this, because and actually we're watching Free Willy right now on mute. Don't ask me why.
It's another great kids movie.
We're on Hulu. We came across it. I'm like, gotta watch it. But no, I watched Three Ninjas, and the movie's awesome. I love it. I'm a fan. The reason I want to talk about it is because there is an international cut, which I didn't know about. I'm like, well, what's the difference? Now, apparently there's a pretty decent difference. Not a gigantic one that changes the course of the whole movie, but there are things that are different. And if you're interested, well, I mean, I'm going to talk about it whether I'm interested or not. But anyway, if you're interested, check it out, because I saw the whole cut, the whole movie on YouTube. and it's different. The voiceovers are a little different. There are extra scenes. It's slightly more violent because I guess Disney later acquired the rights, because I guess Touchstone was owned by Disney. Touchstone isn't so much around there. At least I don't see any Touchstone movies so much anymore.
I don't either now.
But apparently it was somewhere else first or something. Then Disney acquired the rights, so they had to tone it down. So some of the extra punches and hits and like things that happen were cut out. There were cartoonish sound effects like boing, boom, blah, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. That was added in to make it a little more goofy. The scenes with the guys that are hired to kidnap the three kids, Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum, they get tortured a little more. Like, there's just extra shit. They take a little bit more of an ass beating. So, I mean, there's more of that kind of stuff. The biggest difference is the basketball game. So we all know that they play basketball, and they play for. Oh, I fucking love this bully, like this like big chubby black kid who's like, it's like, well, punks, I seem to be collecting quite a few bikes today. What do you say we play for yours? You know, so they play a basketball game, and in the movie that we all know, they win and they get their bikes and they get Emily. You know, Rocky loves Emily. They get Emily's bike back. So like, oh cool, they beat the bullies in basketball. They don't fight. All's well. Alternate version, they lose. So they lose, and the bullies take their bikes and keep Emily's bike. And then the movie goes on. Now, at the end of the movie, right after, like, you know, Grandpa fights the bad guy, Mr. Snyder, right after all that happens, and it cuts back to the kids. It looks like it's the same day. It's supposed to be later, I guess, but it's the same day where the kids are wearing the same things after the basketball game. They're walking home, except for Tum Tum, because Tum Tum had nothing to do with it, so he's got his bike still. So they're walking home, and then the bully shows up. All the bullies show up again, like, check out a new bikes. They still got Emily's bike, and they have, like, you know, Rocky and Colt's bikes now, and they're like talking shit, you know, to Rocky. Rocky's like, you know, I want to ask you nicely to just leave us alone. He's like, what are you gonna do about it, punk? And he pushes him. He's like, well, no. I mean, he's like, still, Rocky's losing his cool. He's like, so I'm gonna ask you nicely one more time, leave us alone. What are you gonna do about it, punk? Pushes him again. He's like, please leave us alone. And then he's like, do something. And then the kid slaps Rocky in the face. And then he looks at Emily. She's like, and she's been calling him show off the whole movie. She's like, go ahead, show off. Then he fucks the kid. With like crazy, like kicking him in the face and the stomach, twisting his arm, tripping him on the floor, kicking the shit out of him. And that's how the movie ends. So not a big deal, but it is fun. Now, the main guy that tries to kidnap him, Festus, he's like, whoa, dude. He looks familiar. I was trying to figure out where you passed by, saw him, and it looks familiar. So I looked him up on IMDb. Have you ever seen Jag? Did you ever watch Jag?
Oh, very, very little.
He's Bud. He's like the dopey guy that's always following them around. Okay. So that's the biggest thing he did. He was on all the seasons. He was on the entire series. Okay. So he's done other movies and stuff, but that's like, I think, the biggest thing he did. Right. But he's been, you know, a lot of TV and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was random. But anyway, yeah, that was cool. And I like how Grandpa is also the priest in Prince of Darkness. Victor Wong. That was kind of fun. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to just mention those movies that give them honorable mentions. Now we're going to dive into some of our personal favorites. Some of the kid movies that you also suggested, but we want to talk about. So first off, we're going to go with Gabby. You can go and take the first one. And we're talking about
Flight of the Navigator. Now this was only mentioned by one person, and that person was my father.
Yeah. But it is a good movie.
But that's me and my dad, when I was really little, we used to rent pretty much the same movies over and over again from Blockbuster. And we'd set up a tent in the living room and just have like a little slumber party in the living room and watch these movies. And it was a lot of fun. And one of those movies was Flight of the Navigator, which I love, love, love that movie. And if you don't know what it's about, it's about a little boy named David who, he goes into the woods one night because he's supposed to go pick up his brother from a friend's house. It doesn't get lost in the woods, but he falls down like a little ravine thing. Wakes up, goes back to his house. Suddenly, it's 8 years later. His parents are no longer at the house. There's strangers living there. He's flipping out, you know?
See, here's the thing, before you keep going on, I don't remember this movie. Like, because I saw it a lot as a kid, but I haven't watched it in so long, and I've clearly seen so many movies since then in between.
Well, I have it here.
I know, but I should have, like, I should have thought of this movie, and I should have watched it instead of Three Ninjas, because I've seen Three Ninjas before. But I remember very few things about it. But, yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
So they do track down his parents, who have aged. His younger brother, who is now his older brother, I guess.
Yeah.
And these, at the same time, these scientists or whatever come across this spaceship, this big silver football-looking thing. And they figure out that David is connected to it. So they go and find him, and they want him to go to their facility and try and figure out, because they can't get inside the ship. The ship is totally sealed. There's no door or anything. So they want to explore the ship. They want to get it open and see where it came from, blah, 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 blah. So David goes to this facility, meets up with young Sarah Jessica Parker, who is who is like a nurse there or something.
Pre-hua.
And now, don't be slut-shaming.
Don't be slut-shaming.
And the ship is, like, psychically linked to him, so it's communicating with him. And this starts out kind of ominous, because you don't hear anything, you just see David responding to it. So David sneaks over to where the ship is, and the ship lets him in. And what has happened is the ship can't get home without the information that is now in David's head. He is the navigator of the title. So the ship lets him in, and the ship takes off.
Right.
And after that, it's David saying, I'm not going to help you until you promise to take me home. I want to get back to my parents, because basically the facility wasn't going to let him go.
Right.
And then the scientists are after them. But then the ship gets funny because it's Pee Wee Herman. He does do that at one point.
Yeah.
And he starts off really serious or whatever, but when he gets the map information out of David's head, they sort of merge personalities, kind of, so he gets goofier.
Yeah.
And it's just a really, really good movie. It's kind of creepy, because imagine waking up and your house is different, your family's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And you've missed out on 8 years of everything, you know?
Yeah.
And the ship's name is, I guess he's the ship, or the alien in the ship, whatever he is. His name Max.
Yeah.
Well, it's not his actual name, but David calls him Max. And I guess he was, like, collecting specimens from all over, because he's got all these other little aliens in his ship, too.
Yeah, I remember, like, him, like, I was like, what are these guys? Like, well, they're mostly harmless. You know, blah,
Except
blah.
the one that eats his hat.
Yeah, the one that, like, eats his hat, and he tries to, like, go near his... Did he put his finger to his face and he tries to bite his finger or something?
Probably.
Yeah, I swear that happens. See, I remember that.
Yeah, I like the little wormy, boogery one, too.
Yeah.
That one's pretty gross. And then he takes the little gremlin-looking one.
Don't they abduct food from someone or somewhere?
Do they?
Like, not abduct, but, like, you know, they put the white light on it, and don't they take food from something?
I don't remember that.
See, I haven't seen this movie in such a long time.
What they do...
I really should have watched it.
They stop at a gas station
Damn
in
it.
Florida so
that
he
what
can
it
get a map.
That's what it is. He
And-
gets a candy bar, too. He gets a crunch bar.
Yeah.
See, I remember shit like that. I remember the fact that he gets a fucking crunch bar. But I don't remember anything else about the movie.
And the guy running the gas station can't do anything but just stare the entire time.
He watches him go back on the ship.
I know,
Yes,
just
okay.
stares. It's
See,
hilarious.
I remember how do I remember the most mundane fact that he got a fucking crunch bar and a map?
This isn't
How
Fort
do I
Lauderdale.
remember-
It's Tokyo.
How do I remember this?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't
Sorry.
know. It's funny because when he's at the facility and he's looking through TV, he stumbles across MTV, which was not a thing when he was, around. And it's so funny because he's just like, what is this?
What's the song that they play? Like, usually, like, play song music on the plane. Do they play, like, what song is it? I know it's an oldie. Is it Beach Boys?
I think it's Beach Boys.
Like, round, round, round.
Yeah,
round. Is that what that is?
around. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, great
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, he, like, takes the controls and starts flying the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I remember some shit. Not really, but I remember really digging it. My mom loved that movie.
It's a really good movie.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Cliff DeYoung plays the dad. I forget who plays the bad guy, but I want to say he was on a sitcom.
You know who plays a mom?
Who?
Veronica Cartwright.
Veronica Cartwright.
She is the little girl in The Birds.
Oh,
She is the only other woman on board the Nostromogon, an alien.
Yes, Lambert.
Yeah, Lambert.
You're right.
Yeah.
And it does. This is a stupid line, but it always makes me laugh. Sarah Jessica Parker goes to tell his parents what happened, that he took off in the ship. and the scientists go to like bring her back. I have to go. Do you have a back door? Yeah, it's in the back. It just makes me laugh. But it's a really good movie. It's very nostalgic for me, but I enjoy it a lot. And at the end, I really don't want to give it away, so never mind. Just watch it.
Yeah, everyone's seen Flight of the Navigator for the most part, right?
I don't think so, because you are honestly the only other person besides my dad who has seen it. I've shown it to a lot of people. None of them had heard of it.
So the bad guy that played Howard Hessman?
Yes. Yeah.
From Police Academy.
Police Academy?
Yeah, and
I thought it was on a show.
Schmidt, head of something?
No.
Oh, I need to look now. He's got 153 acting credits on.
Alright, but fine, I'll go ahead and spoil the ending. He finally does get back to his family, but the scientists are there and he decides he's never going to be able to have a normal life. So he asks Max to take him back in time, and Max is like, oh, that's really dangerous, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I need to risk it, I need to go back. And I don't know, there's something about what he's seen when they're traveling back through time. It's like this weird lightning storm, and it is kind of creepy. But it works, and he goes back, and he's got his little tiny alien buddy with him, too.
Oh, yeah, he keeps him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, too.
And I understand it was like 1978 is when he went missing. So, different time, and parents, I guess, thought nothing of sending their kid through the woods to pick up a smaller kid, Yeah. Because I'm just trying to picture, I'm like, that seems, even as a little 4-year-old, I'm like, that seems irresponsible. But I guess in the 70s, they didn't think about, aliens abducting
Head of the
kids.
class?
You've already said that, and maybe that was it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just curious. Well, he's in Clue as the chef.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I know him from, this is kind of funny because I was just browsing through his IMDb real quick. He's in, what's that movie called? Halloween 2, the remake. He's a really small part, but I always thought it was kind of funny. The part he plays is really small. It's he works at the coffee shop called Uncle Meat's Java Hole. Mm-hmm. And that's where Lori works with Brea Grant and Angela Trimber.
Oh, her
two friends.
Her obnoxious friends.
Yeah, they work at it's like they work at this coffee place. Anyway, he's like, let me tell you about something. When I was young, like the politics and we got to stick it to the man, blah blah blah, some shit like that. Real small part, but I always thought it was funny. I don't know, but yeah, that's him.
Huh?
That's Howard Hessman.
Well, that's good to know.
Yes.
But yeah, that's Flight of the Navigator. Definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I think it was made in 86.
Yeah, 1986.
Yeah, that would be 8 years from 78, wouldn't it?
So
and he does give a shout out to Starsky and Hutch in the movie too.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's like, how come Starsky and Hutch isn't on? Because that show was canceled. That was my favorite show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's funny.
I love that.
Oh, that's great. So we're going to jump forward about 9 years. We're going to jump to 1995. We're going to talk about one of my favorite kid movies. I'm talking about Camp Hope. And I don't mean Camp Hope. I'm talking about Heavyweights.
Oh, yes, Heavyweights.
I'm on the buddy system. Buddy! I love fucking Heavyweights, man. And you have seen it, but you don't really get it because you didn't grow up a fat kid.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're sizist.
I'm not It's fine.
You're fatter than I am. Once you go to a camp... That's what my friend Paul would always tell me.
Oh.
He's like, you're fatter than I am. Once you go to a camp, I'm like, leave me alone.
Shut up, homie. You're the fattest one in here.
You have to say it like it is, Mark. No, Heavyweights is awesome. If you haven't seen Heavyweights, you're fucking missing out. This is early, pre-famous Judd Apatow. Yeah, he wrote this movie. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he wrote the movie. Paul Feig is in the movie.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's like the skinny camp counselor. Like, what's up with that guy? He's like, well, he used to be one of us, but then he lost weight. So he's like all skinny. So he's like the only skinny guy that works at the camp.
Yeah.
So basically, the main character is a guy named Jerry Gardner, who is, regular fat kid, whatever, he's a regular kid who's fat. And his parents say, you should go to camp. And they send him to Camp Hope, which is a fat camp, essentially. And it's not so much about weight loss, but just a place we can go and not be judged, because everyone's, big. So, go have fun. Now, we got young Kenan Thompson, pre-Fatburger, around the time
Good
Mighty
Burger.
Ducks. Fatburger, oh my God. Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. That's another movie that could have been mentioned here.
Good Burger's great,
No one
by
talked
the
about
way.
Good Burger.
I love Good Burger.
The Mondo Burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so you got Kenan Thompson, you got Goldberg from Mighty Ducks, and then you have the kid that played Jerry Gardner, who is actually also in the first Mighty Ducks. He's only in part 1. He's not in 2 or 3. So you got 3 Mighty Duck alumni in Heavyweights. And it was a Disney movie, so it makes sense how they all popped up in there.
Yeah.
And then you got Ben Stiller.
Basically playing his dodgeball character.
Yeah, practically it's the same character. He plays Tony Perkins, a guy who is like, a fitness like freak. He's obsessed with making the fat kid skinny. So he changes the camp and makes it like a weight loss camp. But the guy's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then he's got like a German guy named Lars, an Austrian guy named Lars as like his sidekick. So they're like, doing the gliding, and they're like, I'm feeling skinny, Tony. Like, it's so funny, man. I fucking love Heavyweights.
Now,
Congratulations, you're the fattest boy in camp.
I've been to camp a couple of times, but I saw that movie first, and that's the first time I'd ever seen The Blob.
Yeah.
Where you, in the lake, where you jump off and you launch the other person.
Yeah.
So when I went to camp and there was one there, I was so happy. Because I remember watching the movie and be like, that's cool, I want to get launched off a thing and fall into the lake.
It does look fun.
Yeah.
I'd probably break it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't.
Yeah, break it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've never been to camp. I never went to camp. I always want to go to camp after watching that movie, though.
Well, they were
I'm like, I want to go on
short.
the Blob and get on go-karts.
It was a short, 4-day thing. It was not like I spent the whole summer there.
Still, I never did that either.
Well, it was fun. The lake was fun. The rest of it, whatever. But I liked going out swimming in the lake.
See, as a kid, I probably wouldn't be as paranoid as I am now, because now I'm worried about, a killer in the woods or a witch in the woods, so we film it, or...
I was thinking you'd be worried about snakes in the lake.
That too, now. Thanks for adding that in.
You're too old for camp now anyway.
Well, just to go camping in general, I won't do, because I'm scared of snakes. Hell no. But yeah, no, I loved Heavyweights. I remember seeing it in theaters, loving it. It's got, I don't know, it doesn't really push the whole, you're fat, sob story. Like, it slightly addresses it, then it moves on, which is cool.
Well, yeah, and you also probably, these are real kids. You don't want to scar them, upset them,
Yeah, and there are a couple parts where, Ben Stiller, really digs into one of the counselors, one of the main characters. He tells, he tells him he's going to take all the kids that haven't lost weight on a 20-mile hike. He's like, 20 miles? Tony, look, with all due respect, he's like, oh, the fat guy's going to tell me what's healthy. And, just, ripping into him. And he can't take it seriously because it's fucking Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller's so good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's so good at it. But you feel bad for the guy for a moment because he rips into him. And it's fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, man. But, no, that movie overall is just really just funny. Yeah, I could really go on about it, but we got other movies we want to talk about. Mm-hmm. But, so you haven't seen it, and I think I was watching part of it, and you're like, ugh.
No, I have seen it.
I know, but I was watching part of it, but you're not, you're not really, you didn't really care
I'm not a diehard fan of it.
Yeah, I think you said, I'm not a diet person.
I'm not that either. No, I remember it came on the Disney Channel a bunch when I was a kid. That's when I saw it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to jump on to our next movie. We're going to talk about a childhood classic for many people. Mm-hmm.
Matilda.
Yeah.
Yes. Love that movie. And, we neglected to mention the Trunchbull when we talked about our favorite villainesses.
Yeah, we did. We forgot to talk about Miss Trunchbull.
Are you a pig, Amanda?
No, Miss Trunchbull. What are those?
What's what?
My pigtails?
You mean my pigtails?
Are you a pig, Amanda?
No, Miss Trunchbull.
But my mommy says they're precious.
Your mommy is a twit.
Y'all going to the turkey?
Oh man, I love that movie. Shit.
I like to call Matilda Carrie for kids.
Yes.
Minus the pig's blood.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters, and I was the same age as her, and I loved that movie. I still love that movie. That's a really fun movie to watch. Directed by Danny DeVito.
It's one of the best things he's directed.
Yeah, and he and Rhea Perlman play her parents, and they're hilarious. They're awful parents, obviously, but they're hilarious to watch.
They leave the hospital. It's like $800. What is it? $50 for a bar of soap? I'm sorry, I have to use a shower.
I have to take a shower.
Well, you know what? I'm not paying it. What are they going to do? Repossess the kid?
And then they just toss the car seat in the back as it's sliding all over.
No, they don't. They leave it on the car, if I remember correctly. Didn't they leave it on the car?
No, they put it in the back because the brother's rattling a thing at her.
Oh,
but then she just slides across
Oh,
the seat.
my bad. I swore they just put it on the
Maybe
hood of the
they do
car.
that at one point and then they go and put it back.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I swear they just leave it on the hood of the car at one point.
But Matilda is a really good movie. There's a lot of humor in it. There's a lot of heart in it. It's pretty dark, too.
Yeah.
In places.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, like, she's... The Trunchbull, it's not just, like, a funny villain. She's evil. Like...
She apparently murdered.
Apparently straight up killed a guy. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole sequence... And this is such a great sequence where Matilda and Miss Honey break into her house, and she comes home and she's chasing them around the house, but she never sees it's them.
Yeah.
That's really, really tense. And honestly, her powers don't really manifest until a good portion through the movie. And, I mean, obviously it's needed for the climax.
It's building up, yeah.
But the movie would still work without that aspect, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just really well done about this lonely little girl and this lonely teacher, you know? That sounds bad. Not like that.
That's why the statues
They're
are the way they are.
They're just people who don't have families, really.
Yeah.
Or Matilda has one, but they don't care about her.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that's a great movie.
It's like, would you like to read? Oh, yes, I'd love to read. Books? All kinds of books. It's like, okay, calm down. No, man, it's, I really love Danny DeVito in it. I think he's really, really funny in it. He's always good and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we gotta beat the speedboat salesman to the airport.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, yeah, Paul Rubens, one of the FBI
Paul
guys.
Rubens is one of the FBI guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Yeah, I really like just a lot of the random jokes. They're just witty, I think. Like one of my favorite ones is Trunchbull's first appearance is she buys a car from Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you know, I run a school, I run a tight ship, and I run a tight car for my, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He's like, I work at an academy, blah, blah, like, oh. Like, oh, I have a child. It's like, oh, I hate kids. I'm glad I never was one.
I know, glad I never was one.
It's like, he's like,
I know.
So it's like really, really funny. And then like the difficulty, Mrs. D, Mrs. I, Mrs. F, F, I.
Mrs. D, Mrs. U, Mrs. L, T, Y.
Why are these women married?
Why are all these women married?
Yeah, it's just really funny. Trunchbull's like the most quotable character in that movie.
Oh god, she's
so
great.
fucking funny.
She's great. Matilda can calculate big numbers in her head. So can a calculator.
It's a newt. Yeah, no, there's just so many great things about that movie. It's very memorable and just fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it does get kind of dark at one point. Like, you know, when she puts Matilda in the chokey, it's like,
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like the movie could have taken a very dark turn if it really wanted to. And it felt like it did want to.
And when Miss Honey's relating the story about her childhood, and you just see her alone on the swing, and Miss Trunchbull just kind of like
puts her hand on her
puts
shoulder.
her hand on her shoulder. It's just
Yeah.
you just know this girl suffered a lot of abuse at her hands.
Yeah, you don't know how deep and dark it got.
Right.
It's kind of like the evil stepmother in Cinderella.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she did some shit, but you don't know what she did.
Yeah.
She's just cold and
And
evil
then and like you said, they don't get deep into it, but she's just like, I don't think Magnus, her dad, I don't think Magnus killed himself. Neither do I. It's
yeah.
Like, whoa.
This is like
Okay.
This got fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Damn. So all right. Well, let's just keep it, since we're on that down note now. Let's just go ahead and keep it there and talk about
The really downer.
my girl.
My girl. My girl.
Talking about
My girl.
my girl. Now, okay. So it's funny because when I was younger, when the movie had come out, it was dubbed a kids movie for the fact that I think kids starred in it, and it had Macaulay Culkin in it, he of Home Alone, and you know, so I think
He who was pretty famous by that point.
exactly. So apparently, it's like, oh, this is a kids movie. This is blah blah blah. The kids are on the poster. This that, and the other. This is not a kids movie. I don't think it's a pretty messed up drama that happens to have kids in it. But
Yes, been watching it since I was a toddler.
Yeah, I know, but it's just, I don't know, man.
It's heavy for sure.
It's really heavy.
I think I have heard that, because if you watch the trailer, nothing about impending tragedy is in that trailer, you know?
Yeah.
So I think I read somewhere about parents being upset when they took their kids to it, and then
Yeah, I know my mom was.
and then Thomas J.
And you
killed
see
by
him.
bees.
You see him in the fucking coffin.
I know.
You see him in the coffin with
I know.
bee stings on his face. That shit would never fly.
And that
now.
reminded me of
That would never fly.
movie that I never watched because I don't care to. I read the book.
Yeah.
Bridge to Terabithia. I remember when that movie came out, and I'd already read the book, and the trailer, I'm like, either they have drastically changed the story, or there's going to be a lot of angry parents walking out of this movie. Because this movie is not a fantasy movie. This is a coming-of-age story, and a child dies in it.
Yeah.
And the trailer would not have you believe any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it reminded me of. But I love My Girl, and I was always curious, did you see it as a kid? I was always curious if boys really watched it or not.
No, I did. I mean, a whole bunch of us did. I used to go to babysitters, and where a bunch of kids were there, boys and girls, and yeah, we all watched My Girl.
Okay.
Everyone watched My Girl. My cousins watched it. I went saw it with them. You know, so I didn't see it in theaters, but yeah, no, I saw it on VHS, and I always didn't really get half of it until I was older. I think I rewatched it maybe a few years ago. It's like, I never realized how fucked up this movie actually is.
Yeah.
You get this little girl, Vida Sultanfuss,
Great name.
who basically,
she's got a lot of issues.
I mean, she goes to the doctors, she pretends to be sick, and
because she's not getting the attention she needs from her father.
Right. So she's doing that, and I think she. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm breathing way too much. But isn't like the people die in the mortuary? Like, doesn't she use that as
she did
as her
at the beginning?
Yeah.
She looks
and then
at the
even
guy.
after Thomas J died, she's like, it hurts.
The bee stings. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're fucked up, kid.
Yeah, the guy at the beginning, she reads prostate cancer, so which is hilarious because she doesn't know she doesn't have a prostate. She has a doctor
exactly
thinking she has prostate cancer.
Right, and then you also have our dad who doesn't really. It's not that he doesn't care about her. He just doesn't really acknowledge her as much as he should.
I think he probably just kind of unintentionally kind of closed off when his wife died, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think he realized what he was doing to his daughter.
Yeah.
Because he certainly loved her. He just wasn't seeing her, I guess, the way she needed.
I think it takes Jamie Lee Curtis to kind of like, dude.
Oh yeah, because she does see, she's like, this girl, you know, she needs some help.
Just like how, well, I guess when she's passed out on the floor, pretending to be passed out on the floor during dinner, and Jamie Lee Curtis like, oh my god, he's like, oh, she's fine. Veda, get up here and eat your vegetables.
I know,
it's
never
like,
addressing. And also, we're told that the problem's kind of exacerbated because her grandmother has started to go mentally.
Yeah.
Because he was telling Jamie Lee Curtis that
she started singing at that fucking funeral's hilarious.
That she was very close to her grandma, but her grandma's mind is wandering, so Veda's kind of doesn't really have the one touchstone adult that she did have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a really good coming of age movie, and Anna Schlumsky is really great in it as Veda, because you understand. Yeah. I think it does a good job of making you understand everything she's feeling, because she has issues with her mother's death too, but she's never been able to talk to her dad about it or anything. Yeah. So he has no idea that any of this is even going on in her head.
Right.
And I think he does try to hide things from her, because near the beginning when they bring in a small coffin, and Daddy, is that for a child? No, of course not.
Short people.
Very short people.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd's actually really good at it.
Was that the coffin they used for Thomas J?
It might have been.
Oh shit.
Thomas J wasn't dead at that time. But
I know. But yeah.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's really good in it for having a dramatic turn.
Dan Aykroyd is a good actor, actually.
He is.
Like, you know, he's
it's
great
kind of a shame he
comedically.
didn't do more dramas.
Yeah,
he did that and Driving Miss Daisy.
It's not much, but I really like the movie Sneakers, if you've ever seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a cool movie. I'll show it to you sometime. I think you'd dig it. But River Phoenix is also in that one, so is Robert Redford.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, good movie.
Oh.
Anyway.
And Griffin Dunn is in My Girls, the teacher she's got a crush on.
Dude, I always thought that was funny.
I know.
How into him she was.
I know.
And like, I don't know, I totally been friend zoned like Thomas J was, how she was just bragging about, you know, what was his name, Mr. Wood?
Oh gosh, what was his name?
I
can't remember his name.
Okay, well anyway, she always bragged to him, it's like, oh, and, well, you know, what you think of me? If
for
you
what?
Married,
I love
for what?
For what?
So the joke I really didn't get, I'm sorry,
oh, no,
you know,
go ahead.
like, what do you think of me? You know, he should have married blah, blah, blah.
Mr. Baxter, is it?
I don't know.
Baxter, Wexler, something like that.
Fuck, let me look it up.
I'm sorry. Anyway, the joke you never got was what?
So, so Thomas J comes out, it was like, hey, you want to come out? No, I don't feel like it. It's hot. Maybe we can go swimming. And she pushed him. She's like, and don't come back to 5 to 7 days.
Oh, I was,
And I didn't get it.
Well, I didn't either until I was older, obviously, until I actually, you know, reached that stage in my maturity.
Yeah.
That when she's like, oh my god, I'm hemorrhaging! It's okay, we need to have a talk. I didn't get any of that. I'm like,
Mr.
Alright.
Griffin Dunn, Mr. Bixler.
Bixler. I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't understand that until I was older. Jamie Lee Curtis is really good in it, too.
Yeah, she is, man. Is it Shelley Devato?
Shelley, yeah.
Makeup artist from Hollywood, living in a camper. With
Yeah.
shit ton of cash and a fucking cookie jar.
Right?
Her rainy day fund. What's it called?
Like, I just wanted to get rid of the old school marm look. She was an old school marm.
Yeah, right. No, she was cool. And
Yeah.
I like how she did her makeup. She did like fashion makeup on the dead people. It was like,
Right, that's what- yeah.
This is a picture. Yes,
This is
that
what
picture.
she looked like.
It's like, yeah, but you ever look like a 20-year-old hooker?
Do it again.
Do it again. So
That
funny.
is so funny.
Yeah, I thought the movie was messed up, but it's sweet in some ways. The second
It
one
is.
is much more lighthearted.
The
I
second
think.
one's not good.
I don't remember much about the second one. I mean, I've seen it for sure.
It's just about
Um,
her trying to find out more stuff about her mom. It's not very good.
And it had what's his face from the former Teen Heartthrob. I can't think of his name.
Was he a former Team Heartthrob?
I
I
guess.
didn't recognize him.
No. Anyway.
But her uncle in the movie was the guy, the one who killed himself from
shit.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of that guy's name. He's one of those actors that's in 10,000
Yeah.
movies.
But I always recognize him from that. I'm like, hey, your head was in the fridge.
Yeah, your head was in the fridge.
I remember you.
Yeah. No, it's oh god damn it.
Yeah, look it up now.
Richard Masur.
Okay.
Phil Saltonfuss.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays, what's his name in it?
Stan. Stan's
Yeah,
his name.
he's also in The Thing. He's Clark. He's a dog guy. The guy that
Oh, is
hears from
he?
dogs in,
Yeah.
in the Thing.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's also in Risky Business, 61, and I don't know, he's in a billion fucking movies.
So anyway, that's my girl.
Yeah. So, we got two left that we're going to talk about real quick before we're going to start winding down here. So, the number two most requested movie, or number two favorite film that was posted was Jerk Alert! Or Hey You Guys! I'm talking about the Goonies, man. Fuck yeah. Dick Donner's 1985 teen adventure movie with Mikey, Brand, Chunk, Mouth, Data, Andy, and Steph.
Yes. Great
Fuck
movie.
Yeah.
Great
And
movie.
of course, we can't forget the Fratelli family. Mama Fratelli, played by the great immortal, well, she's passed, but immortal in my mind, Anne Ramsey.
Come big poop.
Come on! It's fine, we'll die! Fucking love Anne Ramsey, man. And then Joe Pantoliano as fucking
Oh, yeah.
Francis. He's got a wig. He's like, watch your hair! Watch your hair!
I don't wear a hairpiece.
Yeah. Then Robert Davey as Jake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Robert Davies like fucking everything. But oh god,
And
then
Sloth,
Sloth,
yeah,
man, can't forget
the best
Sloth.
Fratelli.
John Matusek, who played Sloth. Yeah, and that makake it's crazy to see the makeup process.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's nuts.
I bet.
Yeah, but
I love
dude,
that they actually made his ears wiggle too.
yeah, baby, baby Ruth, baby Ruth. Hi guys, ha ha. Fucking love that movie. We
I
could
love
do-
when he jams the pipes up to
Oh, and you hear the car crash and
Yeah.
you're screaming. Oh. Fuck, man. We
Oh,
could
I only
do-
got you once.
Yeah, I only got you once, maybe twice. We could fucking talk about this movie for about 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, where to even start?
It's so much fun.
So, if you don't know about the fucking movies, fucking Goonies, and have been living under a rock, the Goonies is about some kids that are living in this town that I guess has been foreclosed. The entire town has
The
basically
entire
been,
town, I
yeah,
guess.
it's basically
Yeah.
foreclosed by some rich land developers. And
To
Mikey,
make a golf course?
Yeah,
Apparently a
like
giant town-sized golf course?
well, I think it's just everything is new. It's going to be like a country club, golf
Okay.
course, new homes, like just tear down everything. and
Okay.
make it like, it's right by the ocean, so it's make it
Yeah.
like, prime real estate.
Yeah.
So, Mikey's father, if I remember correctly, he works at a museum.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
And
That's
I
why he
guess
has all
he's
that
got-
stuff in the
Yeah, he's
attic.
got all the stuff in the attic, and they break a picture, and behind it, they find a treasure map, which they think is fake, but ultimately it turns out to be real. They decide to follow it. They cross paths with with fugitives and criminals, the Fratelli family, Mama Fratelli, and then Francis and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
So Jake had just escaped from prison, or jail, and anyway, they're on the run.
And they don't
They're hiding
directly
out.
they don't directly witness it, but they they find a body in their cellar. So
well, Chunk does because they're on the news. They haven't really seen them. Chunk sees their RV, their SUV.
Yeah.
And it's got bullet holes in it. So he's like,
bullet holes. Oh no, my favorite part is right before that. Is it a Coke or a Pepsi machine? Whatever. Boy, am I thirsty. Damn it.
Damn it.
I don't know why it's his delivery.
Oh, I fucking love Chunk. Yeah, but, it's just, there's like, basically the start point of the treasure map is underground, apparently.
From the restaurant that they're like
But there's a restaurant there
yeah.
that they're hiding out at. So it looks closed, practically out of season. It looks really abandoned for the most part.
Hey, that's a summer place. What's it doing open in the fall?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or winter, whichever.
In the winter, fall, winter, yeah. So, they kind of like go through there, and then I'm getting caught up with them, and stuff happens.
And there's like a cave underneath, and everyone goes down the cave except for Chunk, who gets captured by the Fratellis.
Yeah, the Chunk's story goes with Sloth, and you get the point. Everyone's seen this movie.
Yeah, come on.
You haven't seen it? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, you definitely were raised by wolves or something. Oh my god, like, I don't even know where to start with this movie.
It's so much fun. I mean, every little thing they encounter is great. The bats, the piano.
Let's talk. Okay, I got it. Let's talk about our favorite scenes with every character. I think that's the best way to just jam through this.
Okay.
So for you, we'll go Andy. What's your favorite scene with Andy?
My favorite scene with Andy is probably when she decides. That's great too.
That's my body. They got a beautiful body.
They have a beautiful body. That's great. That's hilarious. Yeah. But for like character growth, I like that when she decides not to go up the well.
Yeah, that's a good moment.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
Andy,
you goody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What about you?
No, it's her rant. Like, oh, my body. Look at my beautiful body.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Data scene.
Data's hard, because Data,
Straight up, man, slick shoes, man.
Yeah, slick shoes is pretty great.
Yeah,
slick shoes? Are you crazy?
Slick shoes. And then he's got that boxing glove that shoots out of his chest and punches Joe Pantoliano in the face.
And I like that he's got, I got flashlights. He's blinding everyone for 20 seconds, and then, batteries don't last so good.
Yeah. That's a really good part, too.
Yeah, and
guys, we talk about batteries. They die too fast.
I know. Yeah. It's not much of a moment, but I like when he falls through the floor in the pirate ship. And he's like, Data's okay. Data's okay. Data's fine. Yeah. Data, are you okay? Data's fine!
Data's fine! Favorite scene with Mouth is when he's translating Spanish for the woman that kills Selena.
Yes. That what?
The woman that kills Selena.
Oh god, that is the woman who killed Selena.
Yes, it is.
That's hilarious.
Lupe something? I forget
oh god, I never realized that was her. That's so funny.
Adios.
I know. What was he telling her? This is where he keeps the drugs.
Yeah, this is where he keeps all the torture devices. He's like, you don't go in here. Go in here. You'll be put in the attic with the cockroaches as la cucarachas.
Like with no food or water for 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know, and then he's just smiling, and the mom's like, "Okay, Rosie, okay."
Adios, señorita.
He is such. I love Mouth. Okay, Mouth is my favorite.
Yeah, Mouth is great.
Yeah, that's definitely his best scene.
I know it is. And then I also like when he's talking shit to Mama Fratelli. And the restaurant is like, "What do you want?" It's like, "I want a bottle of a 51." She's like, "The only thing we see here is tongue. You like tongue?"
Yeah, she shuts that down pretty quick.
It's fucking awesome.
I do love also when he's got the treasure jammed in his mouth at the end.
Like, anything else?
Oh my god! Ridiculously long. That long string of pearls. Oh my god! You're so quiet all of a sudden. You know what they call mouth, aren't you?
You know what they call mouth? Yes, that's quiet. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that's so funny!
He's my favorite character.
Oh shit!
Oh, it kills me.
Oh
right,
god!
Favorite scene with Chunk.
Oh god, I was hoping we weren't going to get to that because it's like the whole movie.
I know, everything he does is great.
Honestly, he's got so many great moments. One of my all-time favorite just tiny moments is like, what is that? Oh shit, what? I love oh shit, what?
Yeah.
Oh shit, what is one of the best, funniest things ever invented. But honestly, my fucking favorite moment with Chunk is when he escapes, or he thinks he, well, not escapes, but like, Yeah, I guess he gets out of the restaurant. He's in the road. And he like flags down a car. He's like, "What's the problem, son?" He's like, "You gotta help me. Yeah, I mean, I found these people. They're disgusting. The Fratellis. I can describe all three of them." And then the light goes on. You see
It's him,
Escape
yeah.
over in the car. He's like, "Foraka." He starts praying in Hebrew because he's Jewish. So he starts going, "Foraka."
Oh my god! I love that. I think, like you said, he does have a million great moments, and I love the "damn it" thing. I don't know why, but I really
Damn it.
I love this scene.
No. Where he's like, "Oh, car chase." He squeezes his milkshake against the window. He's like, "Ah, shit."
No, my favorite part though is when you're gonna tell us everything, so he just starts spilling
Okay,
every
I'll
stupid
talk.
thing he's ever, but the worst thing I ever did. And then he's got, which brother is it? But one of them starts to like sympathize with him. He's like, "Mom, I'm really beginning to like this kid."
It's Jake. He's like, "Oh, Mama, I'm beginning to like this
It's
kid."
so funny.
Yeah, he's like,
Everyone in the audience
What's
is going, "I never felt so horrible in my life."
he says, "One time I pushed my sister down the stairs and I blamed it on the dog.
Or what was the thing? He got kicked
I
out
got done with the fat cat, ate all the food, and they kicked me out."
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh wow. I think we just laughed the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. We don't have it. No one's listening at this point.
Right. Then there's Mikey and Bran, who aren't so funny so much, but I guess they're the main characters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's just Mikey.
Mikey, I don't know.
Oh no! I mean, it's not a moment, but I mean, points for him when Andy thinks he's Bran and she makes out with him.
Yeah, he's like,
Like,
what?
Bran, you don't have braces, Mikey.
Mikey got little.
Yeah. That's good. No, Mikey's just cool. I mean, he doesn't have any quirky moments really.
No, not really.
But
He's the leader. He's a straight man.
Yeah, but he's the believer, you know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's pretty badass.
He gives that speech, that super speech at the end.
Yeah.
But then he throws away his inhaler at the end.
Next time we say Sky, well, it'll be another place. Next time we take a test, it'll be
at
another
some other school.
Yeah. Steph is awesome.
Steph's pretty great, yeah.
Like, she's such like a surly, like bitchy little girl, but
Bran,
really cool.
God put that rock there for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure you
It's
should
like,
move it.
I feel like I'm babysitting. I'm not even getting paid.
I love in the back. Rabbit!
Yeah. It's really,
Yeah, I like
God,
her.
Put that rock there for a purpose, and I think you shouldn't disturb
I
it.
know, I love that
Yeah.
moment.
My glasses.
Yeah, poor
Yeah,
thing.
you can be pretty cool
Sorry.
when your face isn't screwed up. Your mouth isn't screwed up. Yeah, no man, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Sloth is awesome. I love.
Oh, Sloth is
he's just
adorable.
such a lovable character.
And I like Chunk without any permission from his parents. It's just like, you're gonna live with me now.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Mama Fratelli, man, I love Anne Ramsey so much. Like from her part as Mama Fratelli to her part as Mama in fucking
Don't throw
Don't
Mama
Throw
from
Mama
the
from the
train.
Train,
Yeah.
which is one of my all-time favorite comedies, which I just bought. Finally, I've never owned it. I want to watch that soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do an episode on that. But oh God, we could go on about Goonies forever. We can go on about the soundtrack. And,
It's really funny.
yeah,
It's a great adventure movie.
It's a cult classic. It still holds up, like in terms of just the comedy of it. I mean, obviously, it's timeless in the sense of the substance, but obviously, it's very dated. But it still holds up in every other
absolutely.
aspect, I think.
And it makes
great.
you I remember for a long time, anytime I go down a water slide, I think about that part at the end where they slide down.
Oh
into
yeah,
the,
that looked fun.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you heard this, and I've seen this confirmed apparently a whole bunch of places, but the kids turn around when they see the pirate ship. That's a real reaction.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no
apparently
kidding.
didn't tell them like it was there, so they have like, all right, I'll face this way. And I guess they move stuff over, and they turn around, they see the ship, and they're like, wow.
Oh, that's
apparently,
really cool.
apparently that's true. I don't know if it
That's
actually
really
is,
cool.
but that's the rumor.
So there's one more that
yeah.
you're more qualified to speak on than I am.
So, yeah, we're running out of time down here. We spent way too much time laughing at fucking the Goonies, but...
You Goonie!
But they're the #1 most requested movie on the post, and to be honest, it's one of my all-time favorite kid movies or summer movies. I try to watch it every 4th of July if I can, but it's really enjoyable. I'm talking about The Sandlot. Now you've never seen The Sandlot.
No, I've
So
seen bits and
if we have
pieces.
any listeners left, they just sided with me. Because
I don't know. You jumped on Dark Crystal. Don't forget.
yeah, that's right. No one's listening anymore.
Yeah, no one cares about
Yeah,
you.
no one gives a shit about the show anymore. No, I love The Sandlot, man. The Sandlot is just classic. Scotty Smalls moves to a small town. He's a big nerd, plays erector sets, and does not really socialize well with people. Sees these kids playing baseball, seems really cool. He tries to follow them to a place they call the Sandlot. It's just like a baseball diamond kind of behind an old house, like kind of hidden. No one can really find it. So he tries to fit in with them. And one of the kids, like the leader of the group, his name is Benny. They call him Benny Rodriguez. He gets nicknamed Benny the Jet Rodriguez because he's super fast. Anyway, Benny's like, this kid's cool, so he brings him in. So takes him in and teaches him how to play baseball, and all the kids warm up to him eventually. They keep making fun of him. They tease him a lot because he doesn't know baseball. He pretends he knows what they're talking about, but they all kind of know he's full of shit. So basically one of the biggest things in the movie is, the misconception is the movie's about a dog. The whole movie's about a dog. Now, it's a big part of the movie, but it's not the whole movie.
That is what it used to come on TBS, and I would see previews for it, and that's what TBS thought the movie was about.
Because I was looking
a dog.
I was looking at one of the movie posters that was on Amazon. It's like a bunch of kids holding the bat and then a paw on the bat.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, well, dude, okay, and the dog, his name is Hercules or Achilles. I forget, was it Hercules? Is it Achilles or Hercules? One of the two.
I don't know why you're asking
Anyway,
me.
but they call him the Beast. He's like only really in the last chunk of the movie, really. But ultimately, it's about friendship and baseball and girls. Well, one girl, the ultimate girl, Wendy Peppercorn. God, I can go on forever about this fucking movie. The greatest thing to come from this movie is a phrase that Sil used, which is, "You're killing me, Smalls."
That you have on a t-shirt.
I have it on a t-shirt. I wear the shirt proudly, and I often say it, that they're killing me, Smalls. But no, I mean, it's got a really good cast. You got Benny. You got more Mighty Ducks alumni. You got Benny the Jet Rodriguez. He was Luis in Mighty Ducks 2 and 3. He's like the speedster.
Okay.
He's like a really fast skater, so he's in that. Then you got their pitcher, who is only he's only in the first Mighty Ducks movie. He plays Jesse. He's like one of the black kids. He's like real tough. He's in the pitcher. And then you got the great Hambino, or Ham Porter, which is the catcher, a redhead curly kid, who's like, "You're killing me, Smalls." It's oh god, I don't know. I'm so like laughed out from Goonies, but yeah, The Sandlot is just a timeless, really enjoyable movie that also doesn't age. It's set in the '60s, so it really doesn't matter when you're watching it because we weren't like in the '60s. You don't know, but it's just really, really fun. One of the most memorable scenes in the movie, I think, is when they celebrate a big baseball victory over like snobbish little league team. Like, you guys aren't even a real team. You all suck, except for you, Rodriguez. They're like, well, they start talking shit to each other. And ultimately, it's like, well, let's play baseball then. We'll do it. We'll see who's better or whatever. And the kids end up kicking the team's ass. So they go to celebrate at a carnival. And one of them brings Big Chief. He brings chewing tobacco.
Okay.
So, and it looks like all of them except Benny, really, all partake in it. They all like eat it, but they don't know how to chew it and spit out, so they just start eating it and swallowing the juice.
Oh,
and everything.
no!
And they get on the ride. And what's great is they start playing tequila. And like the ride starts going in circles really fast. They all start puking.
I was gonna say, I think I know where that's going.
Yeah, they puke on people. They puke on the floor. It lands on people's shoes. Like, it's so funny.
God.
You see them all like, oh my god! Like, you just like freak out. It's so fucking funny.
I did like the part you were telling me about with that the kid doesn't understand the significance of Babe Ruth.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
so
uses
I'm
the ball.
gonna get to that right now. So a big subplot is Scotty Smalls, the main character, who adult version of Scotty narrates the movie. His mom recently married Dennis Leary, who is a baseball fan. He's got an autographed ball signed by Babe Ruth, and he doesn't know who Babe Ruth is. Knows nothing about him. And the guys keep talking about the Great Bambino. They never call him Babe Ruth, but they call him the Great Bambino. Or the Sultan of SWAT, or the Colossus of Clout. And at one point, Benny destroys the ball. Like, they're playing baseball, Benny busts the ball open when he is that bad. And like, wow, it's cool. It's like, well, I guess we can't play. You know, it's all right. It's like, well, I got a ball. Like, go get it, man. So he goes to get it. And he grabs the autographed Babe Ruth ball. Ooh. And he knows nothing about Babe Ruth. No one notices it. No one just like, I got a ball. All right, guys, cool. Let's play. You bet, Scotty. And Scotty's like, remember, still kind of a rookie baseball player.
Yeah.
He ends up hitting a home run, essentially, and knocks it over to the fence to this old house where the Beast is. The Beast is a big dog that you never fully see clearly. But apparently a giant dog that everyone says killed kids and kills people. Well, the ball goes back there. Scotty freaks out. I'm like, hey man, just let it go. Just the ball's like, no, you understand. The ball's important. Someone signed it. Who signed it? Some lady. Some lady gave it to my stepdad. Her name's Ruth. Baby Ruth. They're like, Babe Ruth! And they like freak out. He's like you wait, you brought a bat. And there's this guy named Timmy and Tommy. They're like brothers. And one always repeats what the older one says. So you brought it here and actually played with it? You actually played with it? Like, so funny. But they're like, yeah, like, you brought Ruth signed by Babe Ruth? Like, yeah, you've seen that. Yeah. Who is she? What? What? The Colossus of Clout, the Sultan of SWAT, the Great Bambino. Oh my God, the same guy? Yes. Like, listen, Smalls, that ball you sit over there to the Beast is worth wasn't your whole life, man. And basically the movie becomes about all these kinds of different plans to find ways to get into the backyard and steal the ball back.
Yeah.
But by this point, it's all chewed up and slobbered on and basically destroyed.
Oh, he's probably in for a beating.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
He's in the 60s. You're getting a beating.
Yeah, he's in the 60s. He was getting his ass kicked. Yeah. But no, ultimately, they try all kinds of crazy, inventive things and nothing works. But then Benny has a dream about Babe Ruth coming to talk to him. And he says, like, heroes get remembered, kid, but legends never die. You gotta do this thing, you know? And so he gets some new shoes, which are apparently supposed to make you jump higher, run faster. But they're basically the same shoes he's already wearing. He just changes them. They're like black Converse. Like black Chucks. And he puts more on. He takes them off and puts another pair of black Chucks on. It's like, alright, whatever.
Get some Air Jordans.
Yeah, pretty much. Pre-Air Jordan. I think there's something Flyers. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, he jumps over the fence, gets the dog, jumps back over the fence. He's cool. No, fucking the Beast jumps over the fence and proceeds to chase him all over town.
Oh no!
It's pretty great. At one point, people are in a movie theater watching a werewolf movie, and Benny runs in and like slides down the aisle, just like keeps running. The Beast jumps through the screen at one point.
Oh God!
And the whole town goes crazy. There's like big barbecues and street fairs. He's running through everything.
Nice.
And the dog's chasing him everywhere throughout the whole town. Ultimately, circle around the whole town and end up back at the Sandlot. They get there, and then he jumps over, and then the Beast jumps over. It's like, oh shit. But then the wall, the giant fence, falls over and lands on the Beast. So the poor dog is like just kind of whimpering.
Aww.
And Scotty's like, come on guys, let's get it off him. He's hurt. And they're like, you fucking crazy. They're looking at him. He's like, come on, Benny, help me. And Benny helps Scotty. Lift the fence. The Beast gets out, but then just starts licking Scotty.
Aww.
Not a threat.
Yeah.
He took his ball. He just wanted to play.
Oh, poor doggy.
So they go to the owner's house to return the Beast and the ball, and it's James Earl Jones.
Oh.
Who is blind. He's like, you kids made all that record. You know, and they're like, well, you know, we had this ball. It's like, let me see it. It's like, well, this ball's all chewed up. He's like, yeah. It's like, well, come inside. Come talk to me. You know, they go inside and talk with him. And they see all this, like, baseball memorabilia. And they see pictures of him when he was younger with Babe Ruth.
Oh,
so he was a former player.
Okay.
And he set a ball, hit him in the face, and killed his sight or something.
Oh, geez.
So he lost his eyesight, so he went blind. And he says, like, well, I'll tell you what, how about we trade this ball? Because your vet's not going to want this or whatever. He gives him another ball. He's like, well, sorry, thank you, sir, but this one's autographed by Babe Ruth. He's like, so is this one and all the other night Yankees.
Nice.
So he gives him a whole ball. He's like, whoa, we can't accept this. He's like, I'll tell you what, once a week you come down here to talk baseball with me. I don't even trade.
Aww.
And yeah, they let him trade. So they do a trade. He gives the ball back, and they're friends and everything. And that's pretty much the gist of the movie. But I mean, you know, you play ball like a girl. I mean, it's just... it's
Excuse me?
Yeah. No, it's just... I mean, there's so many great things about it. It's just a good, fun, entertaining movie. There are a lot of really great quips in there. They make fun of Scotty. They talk shit about him. Before he starts playing with them, this kid called Yeah. He always says, yeah, but, you know, like, so they call him Yeah.
Like, from Little
yeah, like
Rascals.
kind of like, but except yeah.
Right.
Well, except he says more than yeah. He can actually talk.
Oh.
He says yeah a lot. He stutters and stammers and says yeah. I think they call him an L7. Oh, Squints is another kid. Wears big glasses. He's the one that pretends to drown.
I remember that part.
Wendy Peppercorn's attention.
I remember that part. Little creep.
Oh, God, it's so awesome. It's really great because like he pretends, like he jumps in the deep end and they're like, Squints can't swim, and then he jumps in. They pull him out. Wendy Peppercorn's like giving him CPR. At one point, she's like, you know, breathing in his mouth, pulls away. Everyone thinks he's passed out. All of a sudden, he opens his eyes, puts out the biggest fucking grin, and they're like, "What?"
Evil child.
Yeah. And then he pretends to be passed out again, and then this magic moment when he like kisses her, she's like, "Oh, little pervert!" You know,
right?
She grabs him, throws him out of the pool. Oh, so fucking great. It's so funny. There's just so much fun in that movie. I'm not a baseball fan really, but I mean, I played when I was a kid, so it made me like enjoy playing more at the time because it came out around that time I was playing Little League. But yeah, it was really good times, man. Good times.
Yeah. I'm not a baseball fan either.
I'm white. So I mean, that's gonna pretty much do it for our list of kid flicks. But I mean, yeah, guys. I mean, tell us, were there any we missed? We talked about a lot of them, but were there some that? Oh, by the way, I gotta say this. Because I just got it. So my buddy Billy Smith posted when I asked, "What's your favorite kid movie, starring or about kids?" And I never specified. It had to literally be a family movie. It said so. That's why people say, "Oh, does it count?" And Princess Bride, yeah, that counts. Neverending Story was mentioned, but he said Them. Now, Them is a horror film, which we've talked about on the show in our home invasion episode. Technically, I gotta give it that because, I mean, it is...
There are children.
They're children, and they're killers, so there's that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we could have talked about? The Good Son.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I talked about it a few episodes back, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, The Good Son, that's another one. Oh, North.
Oh.
Remember North? Elijah Wood? Yeah.
North is a bad movie.
It's not a great movie, it's so fun. You get to pick your parents, man.
Yeah,
you're like, yeah, I want to pick my
your
parents.
stereotype of parents that you want. It's no, that
Pretty
movie.
much.
No.
I wonder what that movie would be like nowadays if it got remade.
Right.
But, well, guys, I mean, let us know. Did we miss any? Did we talk about your favorites? Did you like what we had to say? Did you laugh with us, or did you turn it off and you still haven't listening now? You're still not listening now. But anyway, guys, so once again, thank you so much for listening. This is episode Lucky 13, if I remember correctly.
I think it is, yeah.
Wow, so I can't believe we're on 13 in already.
Yeah.
It kind of went by pretty quickly. So, guys, we want to do more. We want to do more of these, so any feedback is welcome. You guys got any topics you want us to talk about? Please let us know. Did we miss any kids' movies? Let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we missed, or what we should have mentioned, or if you liked the movies we mentioned. Let us know. But again, we'll soon be parents. So we're going to have some backlog episodes recorded. They're going to go up in the next few weeks. And then hopefully we'll be back later with more episodes. But until then, stay inside. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.